Yes. Are we ready? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Can we start, please? Okay. I hope you had a rich experience yesterday and rich experience with the discernment group. Now we move to this session where, for this plenary, and the business committee have decided to start with the reports from the discernment groups, especially the report that we'll be receiving from the drafting team that have dealt with all that. Then after that, we will be receiving the report from the nomination committee. Let's start our meeting with a word of prayer. Let us pray. Almighty and gracious God, our strength, we thank you for the journey that you've been with us. We thank you for your presence here as we meet together, as we strive to hear your voice. Thank you for the richness of being present together, for praying together, for sharing together, for discerning together. We entrust our time in your hands. We entrust this counsel in your hands. We ask you to speak to us, to give us your strength and your wisdom. Bless us and guide us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I would like to start this session by just, reminding ourselves that we will be receiving the report from the drafting team. And this is a decision session where we decide together on how to move forward. So voting members should have these two cards. I hope you have them with you. That will help us to hear how you think about what is presented in that. Allow me to remind ourselves that to have the orange card is just you present yourself as that you agree on what's presented. If you were to use the blue card, you invite for more discussion. You invite us to say, oh, we want to talk more about it. Also, I would like to remind you that after presenting the report, and we will be going through one item after the other, if you have anything to present, to comment, we have 4 microphones, A, B, C, and D. You need to stand, hold your card so that I can see you, okay? You stand directly at the microphone, wait for your turn, and you can raise your card so that I can see you. And then you come forward, you mention your name, your role, what language you'll be talking in. So I hope this will be an experience that we can talk together, hear each other, respect each other, and move forward together. I would like to invite Dr. George Mashinkowski. Did I say it right? I will try Mashinkowski. Is this better?
George Mashinkowski,
yes.
Uniting Presbyterian Church in Southern Africa.
Okay.
I'm a delegate,
yes.
and I'll be speaking in English.
Yes, thank you. And he's the convener of the drafting team. Thank you. Most welcome.
Thank you, moderator. Firstly, a very big thank you to those who participated in the discernment groups on Thursday afternoon. All 20 groups met, perhaps not at full number, but we're hoping that will improve this afternoon. The drafting team met on Thursday evening. So there were a few late reports, and just to remind the scribes, as soon as you finish your group, you can send through the report. And the report simply needs to contain some proposed amendments, and a few paragraphs just to give some context. Some reports were very long, and we don't really have the capacity to deal with a multi-page report. And also, you don't have to edit your reports. They don't need to be perfect and cast into perfect English and sentences with grammar and all that. We just need to understand what the group is saying. And then, just a reminder to the General Council in this plenary session, it's not possible for us as a drafting team to accommodate every single proposed amendment. That would be impossible because sometimes, and it was seen on Thursday evening, discernment groups propose contrasting things. So you would have one or two discernment groups totally disagreeing with a particular proposal and dismissing it, and others totally accepting it with some sense of jubilation. And it's difficult to accommodate all those different innovations, but we've tried our best. We've looked for common themes. We've analyzed the reports carefully, each of us around the room being allocated several of the reports and going through each proposal one after the other in a very careful fashion. And we would like to present to you something that we feel represents the consensus of the discernment groups. Of course, in the plenary session, it is possible to further amend these proposals before finally agreeing on them. What I'd like to do, moderator, is I'd like to read all the proposals under a given report, just to read them, because I have heard that some people have not received copies of these. They should have come through by email, but they will also be projected on the screen, and the General Council will be able to see the amendments as they take place. So you'll have an evolving proposal until at last we are able to agree to a proposal by consensus.
George, the document is already sent to us on our emails and translated in different languages, so that will help us also to go with
so keep looking. It might be coming through, or it might have come through, but you will see the proposals on the screen as well.
Yes.
Moderator, under the President's report, allow me first to read through the proposals. If they should be projected on the screen, yes. Number 1, the General Council adopts the President's report with appreciation. Number 2, the General Council calls for increased financial commitment from member churches and resolves to communicate more fully on its financial position in the future. Number 3, the General Council commits itself to regional engagement so as to strengthen regional structures, including endeavoring to communicate better. The General Council reaffirms the Accra Confession as a pillar of the WCRC's identity. 5, the General Council celebrates the leadership of women in the communion and encourages the involvement of women leaders at every level. And 6, the General Council resolves to strengthen communication on all aspects of the communion's life and work so that member churches may be engaged more deeply in the life, it should be life and witness of the communion. Let's go back to 1. Moderator, I move the General Council adopts the President's report with appreciation.
Can I see your cards, please? Thank you very much. Consensus on that.
Moderator, I move proposal number 2. The General Council calls for increased financial commitment from member churches and resolves to communicate more fully on its financial position in the future.
Can I see your cards for that? Thank you very much. I don't see any blue cards. Thank you.
Moderator, I move proposal number 3. The General Council commits itself to regional engagement so as to strengthen regional structures, including endeavoring to communicate better.
Okay, can I see your cards? Thank you.
Moderator, I move proposal 4. The General Council reaffirms the Accra Confession as a pillar of the WCRC's identity.
Thank you.
There's some blue.
Is there any blue card? Do I see any blue
Yes.
cards? Yes, there was one blue card, I think. Yes? Would you please share? Yes. Come to the microphone. Yes. Please mention your name, where you come from.
Good morning. My
Good
name is
morning.
Wouter van Wyk, NHKA, South Africa. I'll be speaking in Afrikaans. I think perhaps this morning is not the time to have a long discussion about it, whereas I think the Accra Confession contains valuable aspects as well. I think there are limitations that revolve around a theological debate, and that I would always appreciate us having the time to explore more fully in later discussions. Thank you, President.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And any other, so another card there? Or, okay, that's conveyed. Okay. Thank you for the insight presented, and I think, you know, this will be always on our mind, how we move forward regarding that. Thank you very much. So let us move forward regarding this. Yes, sorry? There was only one hand. Any other blue cards? Please, you have to raise your blue card, not the hand. You have to raise your blue card. Okay, come forward.
Thank you so much. Accra Confession since at least 3 decades, and all the situation in the world is changing regularly, and I think it is the time to think how we can make another confession or renew the Accra Confession in the next term. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think it's in the line of the recommendation, but we will hear you, and we will, this is part of, you know, that we'll move together for the future on that. The blue cards, do you feel comfortable that we move forward? Yes? Yes? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Another blue card? There's somebody standing? Yes. If you're standing on a microphone, you need to have their cards there. I don't see them. Who's standing on the microphone? And you know, probably we will keep the eyes of the president only. Thank you for your help. But is there anybody standing on the microphones? No, thank you. Okay, let us proceed.
Moderator, I move proposal number 5. The General Council celebrates the leadership of women in the communion and encourages the involvement of women leaders at every level.
Can I see your cards for that? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Moderator, I move proposal 6. The General Council resolves to strengthen communication on all aspects of the communion's life and work so that the member churches may be engaged more deeply in the life and witness of the communion.
Okay. Can I see your cards, please? Thank you.
Moderator,
Okay.
that concludes the President's report. We move on to the report of the Women's Caucus. I'm going to read it through. It's one particular proposal with numerous sub-clauses. The General Council, 1, adopts the report of the Women's Caucus with appreciation. 2, reaffirms its opposition to systems of patriarchal power expressed in militarism, ecological destruction, economic exploitation, and male-dominated leadership in ministry, standing in solidarity with women who are often devalued as human beings and forgotten. 2, encourages the communion to foster sisterhood across generations and contexts, including creating space for women to speak of their lived experiences, their struggles, and their victories. 3, requests the Secretariat to develop a gender audit toolkit for member churches to evaluate their official documents in regard to inclusive language through a gender justice lens, and requests churches to report before the WCRC executive meeting in 2028. I think that should say the General Council, the executive meeting. And then 4, encourages the ordination of women in all member churches and their full inclusion in ministry and leadership in the life of the church. 5, the General Council encourages member churches to account for ordained women's full inclusion in the ministry and leadership in the life of their church by producing a report about the progress on their full access to ministry positions to the WCRC executive meeting in 2028. And 6, General Council requests the Secretariat to create educational resources, for example, contextual Bible studies, liturgies, and sermons for our congregations, including for young people, that challenge heterosexist, militaristic, androcentric, gender stereotypes, and anthropocentric views that are contextually relevant and specific to be published by the 28th General Council of the WCRC. Moderator, I move proposal number 1. The General Council adopts the report of the Women's Caucus with appreciation.
Okay? And we will move a little bit slower, George, so that they go with
Okay.
us.
The General Council adopts the report of the Women's Caucus with appreciation.
Can I see your card on that? Yes? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Moderator, I move proposal number 2. The General Council reaffirms its opposition to systems of patriarchal power expressed in militarism, ecological destruction, economic exploitation, male-dominated leadership in ministry, standing in solidarity with women who are often devalued as human beings and forgotten.
Okay. Can I see your cards on this? Thank you.
I move proposal number 3. The General Council encourages the communion to foster sisterhood across generations and contexts, including creating space for women to speak of their lived experiences, their struggles and victories.
Can I see your cards on this? Yeah? No blue cards? Thank you.
I move proposal 4. It's incorrectly numbered there. It says 3. It should say 4. The General Council requests the Secretariat to develop a gender audit toolkit for member churches to evaluate their official documents in regard to inclusive language through a gender justice lens, and requests churches to report before the WCRC executive meeting in 2028.
Okay. Can I see your cards, please? There is one blue card in the back. Would you mind to come forward to the microphone and share? Yes.
Michael Blair on the United Church of Canada. We don't need to debate this, but I wonder if the language should be expansive language as opposed to inclusive language. Expansive language allows for the reality of the diversity in terms of who we are. Inclusive language narrows that diversity. So I don't think we necessarily need to debate that, but that's a concern for me. And the second thing is the capacity of this communion to actually intrude in local member churches' historic documents is a bit of a challenge for me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Concerning the language?
Moderator, it is possible to move an amendment, and then we can test the House on the change from inclusive to expansive, if that's what is being proposed.
Okay. So there was proposal to change the word inclusive here in number 3 to the word expansive, which is probably a new word for some of us, expansive. So how do you feel about that? Yes? To change the word? Yes? 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 I see one blue card there. Would you like to speak to that? Yes.
Eddie Aleman, Reformed Church in America. I think before we move on in changing that, we really need to have a conversation. What do we mean with expansive? For many people, that has been a big question. So rather than, we understand inclusive, but I think, and I don't know if we have the time to do that at this moment, but we really need to have a conversation. What do we mean with expansive?
Are there any other blue cards that want to speak to this? Do you see? Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Zachary King. I'm with the Christian Reformed Church. I'm going to be speaking in English. I think the change of this language creates confusion, and I think some of the language in here will be confusing for some of our churches to understand. And so I would suggest that if the goal is to make women in leadership more inclusive in our churches, we use clear language.
Okay. How do you feel about the amendment? Can you show your card? Or please allow me before you show your card, have a few minutes to talk around your table. Because some people, this is probably, it needs to be defined. Please have a few minutes, talk around the table about this. No, it's okay. Yes.
Testing the original.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Allow me to start by testing the word inclusive. How do you feel about keeping it? And then we can move forward on that. Can we test whether keeping? Can I see your cards? If we want to keep the word inclusive.
One blue.
Yes? Yes. Okay, we have 3 blue cards, I think. Yes, please come to the microphone.
I agree that the word inclusive is known to all of us and in that way quite clear. But I think there is a bit of confusion about the word expensive, and I would like to hear Michael Blair. Could he elaborate a little bit more on this proposal?
Yes, thank you. Michael, would you come forward and elaborate more? And I want to tell you, this is a time to hear each other, to learn, and to think together. Yes, Michael.
Thank you, Madam President. My apologies, because I didn't want us to get into a wordsmithing game. The inclusive language tends to be binary, and the reality of our world is that our world is not binary. And so the expansive allows for multiple expression of realities that is not binary. It opens up. A good example is there are folks in our church who will identify themselves not with he or her or she or him, but with they and them, which is expansive. So the idea is to move away from a binary understanding of our work to a more open. It could be possible that we add inclusive and expansive just as part of the transition rather than back into one or the other.
Okay. Yeah? How do you feel about that, including the two terms? How do you feel? Please, this is a time to include inclusive and expansive. Okay, I still see blue cards. Yes? Okay? Yes. Yeah.
Again, Eddie Aleman, Reformed Church in America. I want to share with you my experience with the word expansive. Even though I live in the United States of America, and I am Canadian and American, English is my second language. So I was in a meeting one day, and when the meeting was done, the person leading the meeting said, we're going to end with the Lord's Prayer. And you can use expansive language when you are referring to God. You know, the Lord's Prayer starts, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So I didn't understand what she meant with expansive. But I didn't say anything. I just was just quiet. And then she explained what she meant with expansive. She said that you can use any name that is God for you. So if a pen is your God, you can use that. If a table is your God, you can use that. So I respected that. I just walked away from that meeting. Because for me, that is too much. So that has been my experience with the use of expansive language when it comes to, especially when we're talking about this gathering of, world leaders, we need to respect, everyone else, and we should not be moving forward our own ideas of how we see things.
Thank you. I think there was another blue card, and this will be the last blue card we'll take. I saw somebody raising a blue card. C, yes?
President, good morning. My name is Jan Libbe. I'm part of a family trying to unite in South Africa, Reformed family. I'll speak in English, and just to perhaps say that I feel an unease in the meeting about changing words. And For me, it's not only the word expansive or inclusive, it's also the word audit, the word official documents, and the word report back. Although I fully create the reason for this specific point in the proposal, I wonder whether it isn't possible perhaps to refer this back and ask for some discernment again in the committee, helping the member churches. We in our family definitely need a toolkit to audit not only documents but also practices and positions. And perhaps our only problem is not expansive or inclusive language, but much more than that. So I was wondering whether perhaps it's possible to refer this back, ask the committee help us again on this point. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes? You want to say something? Yes. Can I see the cards regarding to include, you know, whether we just keep inclusive alone? I will start with this. Shall we keep the word inclusive alone? Can I see your cards? Yeah. Yeah, are the blue cards comfortable that we move forward? I thank you for posing the issue. We need to talk together around this. We need to hear, you know, the diverse experiences that we have. But I hope that the blue cards would allow us to move forward on that. Also, okay, how do you feel? We can move forward? Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Moderator, I propose, which is now number 5, the General Council encourages the ordination of women in all member churches and their full inclusion in ministry and leadership in the life of the church.
Okay. Number 5. So, are we ready to, yes? Yes, thank you. Yes, I can see a blue card here. I want to say, even if you have a blue, yes, please go ahead. I will take 2 blue cards, and I will take the card there. Yes.
Thank you very much, Madam President.
Yes.
I'm Reverend Professor Bile Gama from Southern Africa. Madam President, this statement, I find it to be lukewarm. What do I mean? It is not enough just to say the statement as it appears, because to some churches, they wouldn't feel anything. They have seen it, they will not do anything. They will still continue to oppress the women. As I'm speaking in this meeting, I know churches that are members of WCRC, but they are denying ordination of women in this 21st century. So a statement like this one, I don't see any action or the seriousness unless it could continue to say the WCRC will engage such churches so that they can probably improve. Because we still see by now how active women are. Women are also doing sometimes much better in leadership than men. So why should we continue to deny them ordination? And at a general meeting like this one, we just say we encourage them. It means they have an option to take it or not.
Yes.
So I still want to see some further action on this. Thank you,
Yes.
Moderator.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So you are in the agreement of what's presented, but you hope that more work is done locally on this matter. Okay? Thank you very much. Yes?
I'm Ravin Caldera from Presbyterian of Lanka. I'm speaking in English. Sri Lanka, we have 2 churches representing WCRC, and we receive women ordinance, women ministers, but the other group, which is not represented here, doesn't. So I think as a communion, we should not impose our positions on others because it is a matter of receiving. If the congregation doesn't receive or have they are not comfortable of a women minister, I don't think we should impose that. That is my view, because I just want to speak for the other church, which is not here and is a part of this communion.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I want to say that those who are presenting, raising the blue card, thank you. But you need to help us to move forward in that. So if in this case, if you have any amendment proposed for this recommendation. I don't see any amendments. It's just, please help us to move forward. Your opinion is very important to be heard, but while formulating your opinion, think how you will be helping us to move forward. Thank you. Okay, I'll take first A, and then after the, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Ruben. I'm from the Uniting Church in Sweden. I'm here as a delegate, and I will be speaking in English. I'm in full agreement with this last proposal, but I would like to allow the meeting to go back to the last proposal, because there were a question that were raised 1 or 2 times about the churches reporting back to the WCRC that were not discussed within this meeting. So after this proposal, I would like the meeting to allow to go back to that one and discuss this point, and I do have a very precise way to move forward that I will enjoy to come back. Is that okay?
You mean on item number 4?
Yes.
Which was already, okay.
Because we talked about the member churches reporting back to WCRC, but we didn't have the chance to vote or show our cards on that regard. And
yes, I think you are correct.
Thank you.
I think you are correct. Thank you. We'll do that. Let me finish with this number 1, and then we go back to this one. Okay. So let me see how. Yes, the last one. Yes.
Okay. My name is Reverend Dr. Alisana Pala'amo from Congregational Christian Church Samoa. I'll be speaking in English.
Thank you.
The ordination of women is something that we all value, everyone in this communion. I reject this clause, not on the basis of the ordination of women, because there are some places in our member churches that value women, such as my church. When the missionaries came over to Samoa and brought the gospel there, the culture that was already there is our women are the leaders. They're already in a position of authority and value. So ordination of women is not so much an area that we do it in order to value our women. Our women are already valued, our aunties, our women, our sisters, our mothers. So to move forward with this clause, I propose that we remove the word all and just leave it as in member churches. Still leave it optional for some of the churches, such as Congregational Christian Church Samoa, where we still value our women, but at this time, the ordination of women kind of stirs up a lot of tensions amongst the church and amongst the people. So if we can just omit the word all, that's a way forward for this clause.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I want to say we were discussing 5. We will finish and vote for 5 and then go to 4, because yes, we missed, and we will deal with the 2 issues that were mentioned. Let's go to 5 that we just done. Encourage member churches to account for ordained women's full inclusion in ministry and leadership in the life of their church by producing a report about the progress on their full access to ministry to the WCRC Executive Committee. Let me see how you feel about this. We finish this item and then we go to 4 to finalize that. Please, can I see how you feel about this document? Yes, can we put this 5 again? Yes. Can I see your cards, please? Okay, let me help you because, yes, can we get we are on 5. Please, those who are, we have to go to 5 now. 5, and then we will go back to 4, because 4, we did not vote on it. They were right. So please, let's move together. 5, I just read it.
I move the General Council encourages member churches to account for ordained women's full inclusion in ministry and leadership in the life of their church by producing a report about the progress on their full access to ministry positions to the WCRC Executive Meeting in 2028.
Can I see your cards, please? Can I see your cards? Thank you. Majority? Thank you. We move forward on that. Let's go back to the 4. Encourage the ordination of women in all member churches and their full inclusion in ministry and leadership in the life of the church. You know, I want you to pay attention for the word encourage. Okay? It's a position of really encouraging the churches. May I see how you feel about this? Encouraging the ordination of women in all member churches. Can I see your cards, please? Can I see your cards? Number 4. Thank you. Thank you. And even for those who, you know, the blue cards, you know, it's a matter of encouragement that we hope this is part of the identity of this council and this organization in that. So we can move forward on that.
No, I have a
yes.
concern.
Blue card? Yes. Yes,
it was
please.
raised by the other gentleman that the word encourages may not be strong enough to have, maybe we didn't formulate it in a formal amendment, so I wanted to say instead of encourages, also that WCRC takes action to engage with member churches who are not. So adding more action to the word encourages was something that was proposed, but we didn't vote on that, whether including it or not.
Yes, yes. Thank you. So you have a proposal to add to that. Can you say it again? How
Yes.
it will read? Yes.
It would read, encourages the ordination of women, well, okay. Encourages and will take action in the ordination of women in all member churches. I think it's a bit confusing.
You said it differently
because
before.
It's WCRC would be the one who would be taking action to engage the churches who are not.
Yes. So it's, you
Encouraging.
mentioned a different proposal before you mentioned. Can we, George, include a proposal for her first?
Yes.
To encourage?
Moderator, if we put at the end of the sentence,
At the end of the sentence would be better.
the General Council instructs requests the Secretariat to engage with churches who do not
Yes.
ordain women to the ministry.
Exactly.
Okay.
The end of number 4.
The end of
After the
number
word-
4.
After the word church.
If it's simpler, it could also be actively encourages the ordination of women, just to make sure that a word of action is
Oh,
in.
okay. Well, that's even better, moderator. So before the word encourages actively, the word actively. So it would read, the General Council actively encourages the ordination of women.
Okay.
Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Yes. So it's just not encouraging, but actively, you know, to be involved with the churches on their journey on that. Can we have it on the screen? Yeah. To actively encourage the ordination of women in all member churches and their inclusion in the ministry and leadership of the life of the church. And I think this goes with the other opinion that was mentioned, that we agree here, but we do nothing back home. So we can add that, actively encourages the ordination of women in all member churches. Let me see how you feel about this addition. Please. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm so happy to see, yeah, there is one blue card. Yes. Yes.
Madam Moderator, thank you very much. Daniel Alec,
Yes.
Delegate Presbyterian Church of South Sudan. I think the previous statement was right. I came from a church whereby out of 4,000 elders, 3,000 of them are women. And out of 5,000 deacon and deaconesses, only 35 of them are men. So I am very okay with women ministry and women ordination. Also, on the other side, I will agree with what Reverend said before. Also, we need to take care of the folks who are not ordaining women also, because being conservative sometimes to me is a matter of growth. So we need to allow time, give time to those who are not considering women ministers now, and in the matter of time, maybe the development can take place. So I think to encourage is the best statement, because me, myself, I'm 100% well with women ordination and women. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. But adding actively, it goes with what you said.
Yeah.
Yes, so adding the word actively, it goes with what you were saying, that to be active in that.
It doesn't go with what I say, because to be active is to be hard on those who are not ordained women, to push them. So it doesn't go well.
Yes, now we'll go into language thing, but thank you for saying that. Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. So shall we move to...
Madam President?
Yes?
Madam President, please.
Sorry, yes.
Yes, thank you, Alessandra.
You spoke before to this matter.
Yes, I did, but there was no decision made to what I asked about. With all respect, due respect, President and this Council, I requested that we can consider the removal, the omission of all member churches. The reason is, as I've noted before, is that some churches, they still come into this ordination of women, but just give them some time. Give them time. In God's time, this will happen. But for now, we value our women. So Madam President, this Council, I just need a decision of the omission of the word all, as we've seen on the board. Active encourages is good, I agree, but you have not made a decision on what I requested. Respectfully.
Okay. May I ask one of the orange to reply to that? Suzanne.
I'm Susanna Schneeberger from the Swiss Reformed Church. I'm ordained since 30 years. And I think my sisters, they don't want to wait more long.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. All right. Now we are going to vote to finalize. First, the suggestion is to add actively, I think the majority is to add actively encourage the ordination of women. We voted on that, and it was the majority. Now I go to the all. And can I see your cards, whether if you want to keep all, let me see your card. Thank you very much. I think it's carried, and we appreciate that the Blues will move with us on this journey. Let's go now to number 6. I thought you're too sweet yesterday, but we're so happy with this discussion. Okay, 6.
Moderator, I move the General Council requests the Secretariat to create educational resources, for example, contextual Bible studies, liturgies and sermons for our congregations, including for young people, that challenge heterosexist, militaristic, androcentric, gender stereotypes, and anthropocentric views that are contextually relevant and specific, to be published by the 28th General Council of the WCRC.
Okay, thank you. May I see your cards, how you feel around this? May I see your cards? Yes, I think very few blue. So it is carried. Thank you. Shall we move now to the General Secretaries? Yes.
Excuse me, Madam, I raised a question about...
I'm not hearing you.
Hello. The question about one of the proposals that included that all member churches should report back to WCRC.
We cannot hear you well.
You will have to technicians.
Take another microphone. And probably if you keep it, please take another microphone.
Moderator, there is a confusion about the numbers.
Sorry.
The numbering.
Just let me finish. I'm here.
Yeah,
yes,
and I can actually repeat that. I think
yes.
At least I am, and I think more of us are confused to what is number 4, to be honest. Can we go up a little bit to the ones that says number 4, that is not crossed over? There we go, number 4.
Yes.
And it at the bottom says, and request churches to report before the WCRC executive meeting in 2028. And this was the point that I was talking about, that we had a couple of questions about, and we didn't have the chance to talk about it or even raise our cards about it. And I would say to have a way to move forward is, because of this, more criteria will be added in order to be a part of the WCRC. And it will make it slightly harder to fulfill the commitment to be a part of the WCRC if we have a request to the churches to report before the meeting. And it will make it maybe harder to be a member. So my suggestion is to keep the proposal, but do not request churches to report before the WCRC.
And yes.
Moderator, I'm sorry, I'm not usually interested in content, but I don't read that, that clause to be saying anything about qualifications to become a member of the WCRC. Nowhere in that paragraph does it mention that the gender audit has any bearing.
So what happens if you don't send in the report?
Well, that is a question, but it certainly is not that you disqualify yourself as a member of the WCRC. I'm just reading the paragraph.
Yeah, you're right about that, but it doesn't say what will happen if you don't send in the report. It should, there should, if there's a request to send in the report.
But yes, I think we cannot go into all these details. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
Mr. President,
yes.
My name is Dario. I am asked to speak because I'm not a delegate. I am a consultant. Can I speak or no?
Yes, you can speak.
Thank you. Just to a practical scene, WCRC doesn't have the capacity to impose in the member churches. So the wording is exactly to express that we have a willing, and we are looking forward to that, but we don't have the capacity to impose on the member churches these kind of actions.
Thank you very much.
Remember that.
Thank you very much. And this is an important contribution. Thank you very much. Okay, yes, please.
President Brian Ellison from the Presbyterian Church USA. This is a procedural question. In the confusion about the numbering,
yes,
we believe we may not have hit every proposal. Maybe the new number 6 was not discussed. We were referring to different items with different numbers at different times. So maybe we could just clarify.
Yes, thank you. I want to say, for sure there was some confusion with numbers, but we have been all through except 6. We are at 6 now, okay? So excuse us for the confusion. The number, which is now here number 7. This is the confusion with numbers is what,
Moderator, I did propose that one, but I'll do it again. The General Council requests the Secretariat to create educational resources, for example, contextual Bible studies, liturgies, and sermons for our congregations, including for young people, that challenge heterosexist, militaristic, androcentric gender stereotypes, and anthropocentric views that are contextually relevant and specific, to be published by the 28th General Council of the WCRC.
Okay, I want to say this is the confusion with numbers because here it's 6, there it's 7.
Yes.
But this one we voted on.
Yes.
Okay?
It's the other number 6 that I don't think we voted on.
Moderator, you proceeded to the new number 6, and then you went back to number 5, if my memory serves. I don't know if the minute takers can verify that.
Okay, can we read number here? Is this a 5 or a 6?
It's a 6.
Can we read number 6, please, here on the screen? Because number 7 we voted on. Let's go to number 6.
Okay. Moderator, I propose the General Council encourages member churches to account for ordained women's full inclusion in the ministry and leadership in the life of their church by producing a report about the progress on their full access to ministry positions to the WCRC executive meeting in 2028.
Yes. Thank you. I think we voted on that, and we've taken all this. Sorry, there's confusion with numbers, but the items that in front of me on the screen, we have went through all of them, and we have voted on that. Okay, it's the first session. We are learning together, and sorry about the confusion about numbers. Okay. Yes. Microphone D.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I'm Lucy Wamboi-Wawero from the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, a delegate speaking in English. On the last point there, I think I would want more clarity on how I would want resources that challenge, especially, heterosexist, views. I may be comfortable with the rest of the issues that we are challenging, but heterosexist, why would we want to challenge as a communion? Why would we want to start on activism that would divide us? I'm uncomfortable with the word, and I would ask that it be removed from that point, heterosexist. I don't see why we should challenge that.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So, yes, please go ahead.
My name is Abraham Nanopari from the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, and I want to associate myself with the last speaker. I come from a context where challenging heterosexist views would be highly unacceptable, and I find it difficult that this Communion's Council would make a decision to challenge this. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, different cultures have different journeys on this. Can I give you 1 minute to talk about this on your table? 1 minute. There's a proposal to take out the challenge heterosexist. Please talk around your table for 1 minute, and then we will go to voting, whether this should be included or not.
They won't renumber them. I said, don't renumber yet. Do that later.
I've been through all of them. There's the overview. No, it's taking. Okay, yeah. Okay, friends, I hope you had some discussion around your table. Now there is a recommendation to take out the, can we hear each other, please? Yes, thank you. There's a proposal to take out the phrase to challenge heterosex. And remember, these are educational resources that are there. Can I see how you feel about taking out the phrase challenge heterosexist? Okay, this was the recommendation. Can we see how you feel about that? Okay. So the majority are blue cards, which means that people want to keep that term there. Thank you very much, and we have voted on that. Thank you. Okay. Let's go now to the General Secretary's report, and I think, please go ahead.
No, sorry, sir. Sorry, madam. We have been 4 different people that raised the question about forcing the member churches to report back. And we haven't had one time to ask the meeting to show their cards. And this is a consensual method that we're using with the cards. We had 4 different people raise the question, and not one single time did you ask us to show our cards.
About reporting back?
Yes. There is a saying that churches are supposed to report back to the WCRC, and this statement we cannot have, because you can't decide what every individual church are supposed to do. And we haven't had one single time to show our cards. I'm almost wanting to ask the meeting myself, can we force the churches to do stuff?
Yes.
I don't think we can.
Yes. Thank you, but would you excuse me? We have already voted on that. And
no,
if you can help us.
No, you hear?
Yes. If you can help us to move forward.
No, I am sorry. We haven't voted on that.
So we have voted on that.
Request churches to report before the WCRC. Red card, keep it. Blue card, don't keep it. I'm raising my blue card.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yes. I appreciate your opinion. You can for sure file a dissent around this, but we have voted on that. Thank you very much.
No, we haven't. This is not consensus, to be honest.
Thank you.
This
we
is
want to
actually
hear
pretty
you.
sad.
We want to hear you. We want to hear you. Okay? Thank you. You can file a dissent on that. Thank you very much. Please.
Moderator, the report of the General Secretary, there are 4 proposals. I'm going to read through. The second one is particularly long, but it contains some of the content and background of the request. So in the first instance, the General Council adopts the General Secretary's report.
Okay, we're moving now to the General Secretary's report. Yes, please continue. Yes.
The General Council adopts the General Secretary's report with appreciation. 2, the General Council requests the General Secretariat to delegate members of the new Executive Committee to visit member churches during 2026, should finances permit, and with the aim of building our communion together. These visits should be conducted in close consultation with the regional councils where they exist. The purpose of these visits is to engage the churches, pray with them, and understand their priorities and challenges, ensuring that the WCRC is better poised to serve its member churches and the broader public. Learnings from these visits will inform the next strategic planning process. Additionally, these visits will clarify the status of inactive members who may choose either to renew their membership or step back from the WCRC. These visits will also provide an opportunity to explore how member churches can play a more active role in the financial sustainability of the WCRC. The General Council endorses the establishment of the €10 campaign, in which member churches covenant to identify at least 1,000 members within their congregations who may contribute the equivalent of €10 or $10 or a contribution of similar value in their currencies, either annually or monthly, to support the WCRC's mission. The campaign will strengthen financial support and engagement across the communion. And Proposal 4, the General Council requests the Executive Committee to explore the possibility of re-establishing the Reformed Churches Partnership Fund, and the proposal that if the €10 campaign reaches €1 million per year, then 20% of the proceeds could be allocated to the Partnership Fund. The re-establishment of the Reformed Churches Partnership Fund would allow the WCRC to resume granting funds for projects in the Global South and to contribute to disaster relief and emergency response efforts. Just want to make one remark before moving the first proposal. So in matters such as the $10 fund, there was a diversity of opinion, with a minority of groups not accepting the program as a whole, but then with a majority of groups accepting the program, and then a number of innovations on how the program could work. And we've tried our best to keep the consensual view. The general view, as we looked over the groups, we couldn't, of course, only present what one group or two groups have suggested. So we've tried our best to cast the new proposals in a responsible manner. Moderator, I move the General Council adopts the General Secretary's report with appreciation.
Okay, so we have in front of us the recommendation that the General Council adopts the General Secretary's report with appreciation. Can I see your cards? Yes? Thank you. Approved. Number 2.
Moderator, I move the General Council requests the General Secretariat to delegate members of the new Executive Committee to visit member churches during 2026, should finances permit, with the aim of building our communion together. These visits should be conducted in close consultation with regional councils where they exist. The purpose of these visits is to engage the churches, pray with them, and understand their priorities and challenges, ensuring that the WCRC is better poised to serve its member churches and the broader public. Learnings from these visits will inform the next strategic planning process. Additionally, these visits will clarify the status of inactive members who may choose either to renew their membership or step back from the WCRC. These visits will also provide an opportunity to explore how member churches can play a more active role in the financial sustainability of the WCRC.
Thank you. Can I see how you feel about this recommendation? It's a long recommendation, but it's about visitation. Can I see your cards? Yes? Thank you. I see blue card. Yes? And there was another blue card, I think, there. Okay. Please, yes. Yes.
Thank you. I'm Danadia from Christian Churches of Java, Indonesia. I'm delegate and I will speak. At the first, it's a little bit unrealistic to visit all of the churches for 6 months in 2026. If it is possible, can we make it the priority which church or which country the executive committee will visit first? And the second, for the goals, the visit goals, one of the visit goals is to make the church active financially to support WCRC, but I think it's better to the visits to make WCRC understand what's the challenge of the churches that make them cannot actively finance to WCRC. So not to only judge why you don't to us what happened, so you can be actively support the WCRC.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I want to say there's a problem in that microphone, if we can change it.
Moderator?
But yes.
May I just answer the first question?
Yes, please.
So some of the groups felt 2 years, other groups remained at the 6 months. So we took a compromise position between all the groups and we gave the whole year of 2026. So that's from now till the end of 2026. We made it longer than 6 months.
Okay. You're satisfied with that? Great. Thank you.
My name is Johannes de Vries, Reformed Church of Germany. I'm a delegate and I will speak English. My comment is on the small sentence, should finances permit? And what I'm saying is basically a report from my discerning group. I think we should take these 3 words out, should finances permit, and I will tell you why. We, in our discernment group, had the perception, were under the perception that these visits will strengthen WCRC and will also strengthen the willingness of members to actually pay their fees. So we think there should be money always for these visits, because if you only see them in a financial capacity, they are a small investment that will bring back more money. I don't say that we do these visits for financial reasons. We do these visits to strengthen our community. But if you have this money lens, they are a good investment. So money should not be a reason to not do these visits. There might be many reasons for not doing them, for instance, time capacities.
Yes.
But we should take those 3 words out. That is my suggestion.
Thank you. So your suggestion is to take out the term when money exists. Okay? Should finances permit? This is what you said. Thank you. How do you feel about taking that term out? The idea is that these visits are priority. Should not be directed only with the presence of money, the availability of money. Can I see how you feel if we need to take this out? Some people, the majority are orange, but some people have not voted yet. Okay. I will ask one yes, to the blue card.
My name is Hannes Brüggemann-Hämmerling. I'm the delegate from the German Reformed Alliance. I will speak in English. And I just posed a question I didn't really understand. Maybe that was the same, the reason why a lot of people were not voting, because I didn't understand my colleague what the proposal was when it was that we, as you phrased it, we prioritize like visiting over the running of the WCRC office, which you and the General Secretary said needs more regular contributions. Then it would pose a different way than then it could be also interpreted. Yeah. Sorry for my English.
Yeah, I didn't hear the last phrase. Yes? Did you hear the last phrase? No. Okay, I hope there is no issue with the microphones because of that. One other person had, I saw another blue card. The issue, I think I will repeat that it was, he insisted on taking it out so that to make it a priority, that if we don't have money, we don't visit. This is the concern that it was. This is why what he suggested, to take it out so that it makes it a priority that we visit the churches in that. Okay? Blue cards, would you help us to move forward? Okay? So let me just so for those who did not vote the first time, shall we take, the recommendation is to take out the phrase, should finances permit. Can I see your cards again with everybody, if you agree to take that term out? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Shall we vote on the whole number 2? I think we have the right number today. Now, shall we vote on number 2 with all that's presented? Can I see your cards on the whole section? Please. Thank you. Approved. You want to say something? Yes, please.
Hello, I'm Reverend Martin Wanjala from Kenya, Christian Reformed Church in Eastern Africa. I was just concerned with that part. Additionally, the visit will clarify the status of inactive members who may choose either to renew their membership or step back from WCRC. I'm just concerned with that last part, step back from WCRC, because that will again not be okay when it comes to the spirit of the communion. The communion is to bring people together,
Yes.
not to
Yes.
separate them. So let's try.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a very important question. May I ask the General Secretary to clarify the value of that? Yes.
President, indeed, the desire is for all to affirm their membership. And through the visits to be able to say, yes, we belong, we'll play a role in it, and these are our priorities that we want the communion to take seriously. But in the outside chance that a church may be thinking of stepping back, that's also their opportunity to do so. We are hoping that doesn't happen, but we just want to be clear that it is possible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, shall we move now number 3?
Moderator, I move the General Council endorses the establishment of the €10 campaign, in which member churches covenant to identify at least 1,000 members within their congregations who may contribute the equivalent of €10 or $10 or a contribution of similar value in other currencies, either annually or monthly, to support the WCRC's mission. This campaign will strengthen the financial support and engagement across the communion.
Okay, can I see your cards around this? Okay. Okay, interesting. May I ask, yes.
Thank you, Madam President. Julia
Sorry,
Beres from
sorry. Yes, you can be there. I just gave the permission to this microphone.
Julia Beres
Yes.
from the Reformed Church in Hungary, and my question, I would like to ask
where is Julia?
for clarification.
Okay, Julia. Then. Okay.
I would like to know what level of commitment is expected by this endorses and encouraging and covenanting to financially contribute to more, especially for those member churches who are, like our church, pays annually and contributes to the mission of WCRC. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I will give the General Secretary later time to clarify that. Yes. Microphone? Yes. Number B? Yes.
Yes, I'm Martin Hirzel, Delegate, Protestant Church in Switzerland. I have heard several critical voices towards this initiative. I think it implies that we are a sort of NGO which has an outreach up to the bottom, the grassroots. We are not like Greenpeace, who has to defend the rainforest. I think we are, our ownership are the leaderships of the churches, and we should really give a priority to the campaign that we invite all the member churches to be compliant and to pay their membership fees instead of making such a big collection of $10. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. D in the back. D and yeah. Yes. Can we give the yes? Please go ahead. Yes.
Okay. I'm Dr. Lim from the Presbyterian Church of Malaysia. I'm a delegate, and I will speak in English. Okay. I'm referring to just clause number 2, shall financial permits. This is just to remind that the criteria, if you are willing to be nominated and be part of the executive committee, the clause 9 of the criteria is saying that backing and support from their own church and region, including financial support where required, as travel and participation costs are primarily borne by the respective church or region. So that should not be a problem. If you are willing to be part of the executive committee, your church has to back you up on that basis, okay? Because just now I do not have the chance to comment on that. Okay, this is just to let those who will be elected in this year to have prepared themselves on that. And for this clause number 3, before we go to that €10 campaign, we would like to know what is the financial status of WCRC. Are we in good shape or in bad shape? Because I don't see there is a session to present the financial report to us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You will be having it, but thank you for your question. Yes? Somebody has the microphone? D? Yes.
Dr. Victoria Turner from the United Reformed Church in the UK, and I'll speak in English. I really affirm the whole kind of idea of the motion. I do understand that WCRC really needs more financial resources. The thing that I'm uncomfortable with is a kind of idea that the equivalent value of €10 means the same in every country. So €10 or pounds in London is not the same as someone from Madagascar giving an equivalent amount. So I would like to propose an amendment that would be the General Council endorses the establishment of a fundraising campaign in which, and then everything's the same, and then we go, oh, there's translators, I'm going to slow down. And then we come back to who may contribute a just amount according to their country's GDP, rather than a set amount that equates money everywhere.
Okay. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you. I will give microphone B and A, and then I would expect the General Secretary. This is an important time to talk about all this, this recommendation. Please.
Thank you. My name is Karen van den Broek, delegate from the Protestant Church in the Netherlands, and I'll speak in English. I'm warm to the idea of this campaign. My concern is about the word covenant. What does it mean? What's the mandates that we have as a General Council? And my proposal would be to amend the word covenant into are invited. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. A?
Gerard Willemsen from the Uniting Church in Sweden. I'm a delegate and I will speak in English. We feel that it is not appropriate to go to the individual members. Our way of working is that we as a denomination pay our share, and we belong to the little minority who every year pays our membership. And we don't feel it is right to go to individual members. We do this through our denomination. I'm open to discuss that we have to raise maybe the amount of money to do some fundraising among our member churches, but not to go to the individual members in our local denominations.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. A, and then I will give our General Secretary the opportunity to respond on some of these concerns. Yes.
I'm Reverend Raif Cholakian from Beirut, Lebanon, the Armenian Evangelical Churches. I would like to continue on the €10, $10, but referring to the 1,000 members which can be a very small number to some congregations and a very big number to others. Stressing on equity versus equality, that's my point. So I would amend or remove the 1,000 number and put a percentage maybe in terms of size of congregations if necessary. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Setri.
President, it's been really a joy and I've been really excited to see the sense of commitment that has brought people gathered in this General Council. It's really a wonderful sight to see. However, even if we carried a survey of delegates who are here, they often hear of the WCRC only around General Council or a big meeting. This 10 euro campaign also have that possibility of ensuring that individuals within our churches get to know of this organization, which is bringing us into a communion, serving the member churches as well as being an agent of transformation. And so the idea is a way of our leaders gathered here, facilitating through their structures, individuals within the churches also getting committed. We appreciate the contributions that come as part of the membership fees. The reality is the WCRC has been struggling all these years financially, and we need new ways of making it possible for us to do what we are called to do, and we do it effectively, and we manage it effectively, even with the small staff we have. And therefore, if it is opened up a little bit more beyond the member church's general offering. So this is the idea behind it. I have heard things around the number of people that can come from each church. The proposal can be amended there because indeed some church could have easily reached 2,000, which is 1% of their member church. But there are some small churches here for whom 1,000 is their entire membership. I think some of these things can be looked at. But the plea for us is for our member churches to be able to open up the space. For not all, it's not mandatory for every member church in the pews, every individual in the pew. But there are some people for whom this is lunch. This is one lunch a year. And so to give that opportunity to say those who are willing could contribute this one lunch per year or per month to the life of the WCRC. It will enable the WCRC carry out its mission effectively. In addition to that, as you will see in the next proposal, it will also make it possible for within 3 years, 4 years, if this is established, for the partnership fund with which we've been strengthening the mission of churches in the Global South to be returned. Or when there is disaster somewhere. When I was General Secretary earlier on, from the Partnership Fund, if there is disaster somewhere and I visit, I could say, we'll help you with $5,000. We'll help you with so much. I could say that confidently. Today, the Partnership Fund is not there. So when I hear of a disaster, I say, we'll pray for you. And we put it on our website and call on churches to pray. And that's important. But I think you'll agree that as a communion, we need to place ourselves in a place that we could pray and also be in solidarity in concrete ways. So this, I hope this explains the need for a fund of this kind.
Okay, thank you very much. We will try to collect some of the proposals for amendment for this. Okay. This one, yeah. I remember the General Council endorses the establishment of €10 fundraising campaign. This was a proposal to add that. Victoria, I think. Yeah?
Najla, can I clarify? Oh,
Yes.
Madam President, sorry.
Yes,
Can I clarify?
Najla is good.
I think it was to take out €10 and just call it the fundraising campaign. I wonder, actually, I've been quite inspired by Secretary saying the One Lunch campaign, maybe inspired by Sione's Bible study, maybe calling it the One Lunch campaign might equate for kind of global disparities. But my original one was just take out €10.
Take out €10. Victoria, don't you think it stays loose?
Oh, fundraising is fine. No, I'm not changing my
Yes, but to take totally 10, an amount that people know what is, it stays very loose. Because this term has been used for years, and we did not really move forward in that. Probably the €10 campaign or whatever you want to get a number that challenges us.
I just think, as kind of Secretary explained, actually it makes me feel a bit guilty, the idea that the global north is setting the parameter from which other countries need to come up to. So I would just rather it be may contribute a just amount according to their country's GDP. And then that amount can be different in different contexts, and that can be worked out later. But just, so the wording that I'm amending would be, who may contribute a just amount according to their context's GDP.
Yes, please, you can have.
I appreciate the concern that Victoria is expressing. And we use the GDP for the membership fees. This idea is actually to indicate that even in the global south, from which I am, a church with 200,000 members will also be able to find at least 100 people, 200 people, if that 1,000 number, for whom lunch is €10. They are able to afford it. Or 3-4 people can join together in those communities to be able to give it. I side with what the President was saying. If you are not concrete, then you can lose some of that. So the €10 seems to give the possibility of being concrete. So I would very much want us to stay with a figure rather than remove it.
Okay, thank you. So this is one recommendation that was included. Also, it was recommended that we change the word covenant, but are invited to identify. Yeah? Okay. And also, instead of 1,000 members, to have a percentage amount to be determined, not to have the 1,000 member. This is okay. And also, within their congregations, who may contribute a just amount of the GDP. This was also a proposal that was, yes. Yeah. So these are some of the recommendations. I don't know how we can incorporate it in a way that it looks, yes, Setri, you wanted to say something on this? Okay. Okay, George, can you read this again? Yes.
The General Council endorses the establishment of a fundraising campaign in which member churches are invited to identify a percentage of members within their congregations who may contribute a just amount according to their context GDP, either annually or monthly, to support the WCRC's mission. This campaign will strengthen financial support and engagement across the communion.
Okay. Can I see your card on that? Can I see your cards? Okay. Okay, there are a couple blue cards. We'll start with A, microphone A. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President. My name is Seth. I come from the Reformed Presbyterian Church in Cuba. And I'm going to speak in Spanish, just to balance. Agradezco que hayan quitado lo de los 10 euros porque tengo que ser honesta. Es imposible para muchos de nuestros miembros en nuestras iglesias en América Latina y en el Caribe identificar 10 miembros que puedan pagar esto. 10, lo digo honestamente. Y en nuestro grupo estuvimos hablando de aumentar o diversificar las maneras en que hacemos las campañas. Y no creo que tampoco debemos, o sea, no es solo el PIB lo que tenemos que tener en cuenta, porque la mayoría de nuestros países que viven bajo una inflación altísima, esto tampoco nos sirve de guía. Yo creo que valorar, o sea, estoy de acuerdo en que haya una campaña, es necesaria y hay que ser creativos para buscar las maneras en que las iglesias aporten. Pero es una responsabilidad de las iglesias miembros en dependencia de su realidad. No creo que desde la CEMIR podamos decirle la manera en que deben hacerlo. Gracias.
Okay. Yes, microphone. Yes.
Thank you, Madam President. Carmen Lansdowne, the United Church of Canada. I speak in English.
Yes.
I am very much in support of the idea of a fundraising campaign, and I find the conversation challenging because having a lot of my ministry be funded by direct contributions from fundraising campaigns, and also having chaired the fundraising committee of the World Council of Churches when I was on the executive committee, there is so much, I feel like we're arguing about tactics rather than the agreement that we can explore fundraising as a means to achieve an outcome of improving our financial situation. And so I support the amendments suggested by Victoria, and I also hear the General Secretary's concern around not necessarily needing to tie it to GDP. I like it as long as you take out the word GDP.
Yes.
And I think other than that, we should leave it to our incoming General Secretary and our incoming executive to work to look at what does the implementation of this program look like.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes. B?
I have a procedural question and an amendment. I'm Hannes Brüggemann-Hämmerling from the Reformed Alliance in Germany. I will be speaking in English. First, procedural question. I was a little concerned that we voted on all the amendments in a block because I was for some against some others, which only left me the choice to put up my blue cards because on block I couldn't agree with all of them. So I propose that we vote for amendment after amendment or block them according to the meaning of them, but not just put whatever it's put up in one and then vote on all of them in a block.
Yes. Just we are voting one by one, item by item. Yeah, we never voted on the 6 together or the forms together. We're going one by one on voting.
I didn't understand that way. Okay, so
Okay.
thank you for
So
clarifying.
now we are voting on number 3, okay, on this one only.
No. So I mean the point number 3 has several amendments, and you
okay.
voted it on
Okay.
all amendments at the same time.
Not yet. We are just formulating the changes. Then we will vote on the whole thing. We are just
So
trying
it's
to...
okay, okay. So
Yes.
I have another amendment, which I bring up to reiterate the point Dr. Lim made. I propose an amendment that a comprehensive, easy, understandable report on the work of the WIC and the finances of the WCRC is included with the ask of the member churches, like with the ask of this campaign, because I will have a hard time to explain to my churches why they should do it if they don't know where the money is going, like Dr. Lim said.
Moderator, we can add that on to the very end.
Yes.
We can say the campaign will include a full report on the finances of the WCRC. Is that?
And the work, maybe.
The finances and the work of the WCRC.
Okay, you feel comfortable with that change? Yes, okay. Yes. Yes, D?
Madam President, Nyama Venter from the Dutch Reformed Church in South Africa. I'm speaking in English. I'm also the convener of the Financial Committee, and I'm unconfident at the moment is that all these suggestions we are actually still discussing in the Financial Committee. There's many details in 2 or 3 of these proposals that I think we could serve the meeting if you refer it to the Financial Committee at this stage or consider doing that so that we can come back with recommendations.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the proposal. How do you feel about this proposal? Yeah, so that we can come back, I think, and especially to take all this. So it will come back to us around this. I think this is wise, and they have heard all the suggestions, and we can reformulate that. Okay, great. Thank you for your cooperation, and I think we are done with.
Just one more, moderator.
Yes.
Just one more.
One more.
And
okay.
Moderator,
Number four.
I would ask the council just to recognize when you hear it that it's a request for an exploration. The General Council requests the Executive Committee to explore the possibility of re-establishing the Reformed Churches Partnership Fund and the proposal that if the 10 euro campaign reaches 1 million euros per year, then 20% of the proceeds should be allocated to the Partnership Fund. The re-establishment of the Reformed Churches Partnership Fund would allow the WCRC to resume granting funds for projects in the Global South and to contribute to disaster relief and emergency response efforts.
Okay, so this is the proposal. In case there's a change in the name of the 10 euro campaign that might be proposed, it will be changed here. How do you feel about that? Can I see your cards? It's establishing the partnership fund. I think this is the main proposal. And then, okay. I see majority. Can I take the blue card? Yes, on microphone A. Yes. And C. C. And here. Yes. Yeah. Microphone A. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam President. I will speak in Spanish. Eu vou hablar em espanhol. Mas o meu espanhol soa português, desculpem. Isso. Eu gostaria que aqui, onde aparece 10 euros, portanto, esta proposta voltasse também para a Comissão de Finanças, como a anterior. Isto porque o nome 10 euros ou 10 dólares igualmente estará em estudo. Eu gostaria de lembrar que quando William Carey foi à Índia, disse: os ricos contribuem e os com menos possibilidades dão 10%, dão percentagem. Por isso, houve proposta que no Norte seria injusto se os países do Norte e os do Sul contribuíssem o mesmo valor. Então é ali que vem a minha proposta, que também fosse retrabalhada esta expressão. Bem, espero que a Presidente vai dar forma e os que falam inglês vão dar forma ao que eu quis dizer. Portanto, 10% podem manter para o Bloco do Sul, 10 euros para o Bloco do Sul e uma contribuição para os nossos irmãos e irmãs do Norte. Obrigado.
Yes. Thank you very much. Let me clarify for sure the second part of this recommendation relates to the work that will come relating to the previous recommendation for the Finance Committee. So we can leave that part out at this time. The main recommendation will be the General Council requests the Executive Committee to explore the possibility of re-establishing the Reformed Churches Partnership Fund. That's it. We can stop here, and then the recommendation that will come from the Finance Committee, because this whole name might be changed. So the main part is to re-establish the Reformed Churches Partnership Fund. So that could be the recommendation. And I think, how the money of the campaign will be used is more details for that. So if you agree that we take only the first part and we leave the other part related to what will come out from the Finance Committee. How do you feel about that? Because it's related to the whole thing work that will be done. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry for the wanted to contribute. I think we can move forward on that. Thank you very much. I think we still have time to go.
No,
yes.
President, I think we
don't have time.
We should stop now, and then we'll bring the Youth Caucus report in the next available opportunity.
Okay.
Because of the time.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. I think we still need to go to receive the report of the nomination committee. And that report will be mainly, this is the first, we're just receiving the report. We could take 1 or 2 questions for clarification, but this will be discussed in the regions, and then there will be another report coming to us. So it's just to receive the report. And may I invite Reverend Diana Wright to come forward? She's coming? Is she here? Yes? Yes? Chair of the nominating committee. Yes, Diana. Thank you. And thank you for, I know you had to work late at night yesterday, and you are still working. So we will receive the report. We will discuss it. We can take a few questions of clarification, and then that will be discussed in your regional meetings tonight. And then the next report will be coming later.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Now I'm a little
Good
bit
morning.
tall.
You've been working all day. Okay.
I would really like to invite the nominating committee to join me. They promised they would not let me stand alone. And I will begin as they come and show their faces. Madam President. So we, the nominating committee who's coming to join me, thank you for the privilege of serving as members of the Council's nominating committee. The nominating committee was tasked with the responsibility to prepare and present a slate of candidates to the General Council and facilitate the election of the Presidium and the Executive Committee in accordance with the Constitution and the bylaws. We began in prayer and a time of studying the guidelines given in that was defined in the procedures and the processes in your handbook on Appendix 2. Then, in a time of listening to one another, we began to review the names submitted to us, submitted to the General Secretary by the regions, denominations, and individuals. We were sure to pay attention to create a balance representing the diversity of geography, lay and ordained, denominations, ages, gender, and experiences. These are all listed in the Appendix 3, Articles 10 and 11, and the bylaws addressing the Executive Committee in Sections 3 and 4 in your handbook. We present this slate to give you an opportunity to give us your input, comments, and suggestions to the committee by 8:30 p.m. this evening by sending it to my email address, diana.wright@pcusa.org. Diana, D-I-A-N-N-A .Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, @pcusa.org. The final draft will be sent by email to the General Council on Sunday, October 19th. The delegates will then be able to vote on the final slate during Plenary Session 3 on Monday afternoon. The slate you see will includes 12 females and 10 males, 3 youth, 9 lay, 13 ordained leaders from each of the regions, including the re-election of 3 previous members. The wild card we used to invite a nominee that would bring to the committee a voice that would represent areas in the world that are plagued by conflict and violence, such as the Middle East, Myanmar, Haiti, and the Sudans. We give you this slate of officers for your consideration, especially during your regional meetings tonight. We nominate for President Karen Georgia Thompson from United Church of Christ, U.S., and the KNAC region, who is an ordained female. Vice President, Funky Samuel Forba, Presbyterian Church of Cameroon in Africa, ordained male. Kar Hor Lim, Jiria Presbyterian Church in Malaysia from Asia Pacific, another lay male. Martina Wasserlos, Reformed Alliance, Germany, Europe, ordained female. And I can say, please forgive me for messing up your name. That is just not my thing. Riesa Varia Brazil from the United Presbyterian Church of Brazil, Latin America, lay female. Johann Weisselmann, Evangelical Church of Rhineland, Germany, to again serve as General Treasurer. Other members of the Executive Committee include Robert Ngugi from the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, ordained male, Wouter Wyk, Dutch Reformed Church, ordained male, Adu Bernice Kumia, Presbyterian Church of Ghana, lay female and youth, Tonga Ambe, United Church of Zambia, also lay and female, Yu Wang from the Presbyterian Church of Taiwan, lay male, Dane Dia Kumambla, Christian Church of Java, ordained female, Paul Francis Yava Chandra from the Church of South India, ordained male, Alasana Pala'amo from the Congregational Christian Church of Samoa, lay male, Izette Sama Hernandez, Iglesia Presbyteriana de Cuba, ordained female, Jihan O, Presbyterian Church USA, ordained female, Kupa Umnikwa, United Church of Canada, lay, female, and youth, Maria Bezandas, Reformed Christian Church of Serbia, ordained female, Victoria Turner, United Reformed Church, England, lay, female, youth, Milcades Pua Gomez, the Presbyterian Church of Columbia, ordained male, Karina Arntzen, Evangelical Church of Rio de la Plata, lay, female, Rifat Hafe, Evangelical Presbyterian Church of Egypt from the Synod of the Nile, ordained male, Adon Naaman, Evangelical Presbyterian Church, Syria, ordained male. These are our suggestions for nominations for your consideration, especially as you go to your regional meetings tonight. And again, we ask that you give your suggestions and your ideas to my email address by 8:30 tonight so that the nominating committee can complete its task. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the hard work. You know, we are short on our time. I know we will move to receive your report, and we know we will have another opportunity where you made us the last list. Thank you very much. May I see your cards in receiving the report from the nominating committee? With thanks. Can I see your cards? Thank you very much, and I think this is the list is emailed to everybody, so you already have it, and then we will come back for this.
Yes.
Thank you, and we appreciate all the good work. Thank you very much. Okay, now I think we have to move to our next session. We are late. Bye. Yes. But yeah, this is, you know, hearing each other takes time. So that's okay. It's late, but it's good. Okay.